and I explain you that this is Moll's half-leaf experiment. So to prove that CO2 is essential, ye padh ke rakho. To prove that light is essential for photosynthesis, this may be asked to you. So to prove that CO2, ye experiment ka naam hai Moll's half-leaf experiment. Then you can see Joseph Priestley has done the experiment, and this experiment you have studied in school only, and so you know that oxygen is released in this process. This you are done in school only. Then Julian Sash, what he did, and Ignehaus, what he did. These two, you just go through. All these names of the scientists, what they proved, you have to remember. See, all these names of the scientists along with their experiments are given in the beginning, and that you have to remember for maybe it is asked who proved this or something like that. Then overall process of photosynthesis, I hope you know the equation, so no problem. Now here, after that, the page is giving us the structure of chloroplast. You can see that two membranes are there, outer and inner. Remember that. Then matrix, which is called as stoma, and in the stoma, dark reaction or biochemical process take place, while in the grana, light reaction or photochemical phase takes place. So this structure of that or diagram you have to remember. Maybe some diagram based question will be asked to you in the exam. So remember that diagram. After that, photosynthetic pigments are given. You can see here the color is given: chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, xanthophyll, carotenoids. So remember the color. Chlorophyll A is blue-green, chlorophyll B is yellow-green. Means you have to remember the color. Uske baad mein you can see the diagram, that is graph I want to say, graph showing the absorption spectrum of chlorophyll A, B and carotenoids. So you can see chlorophyll A absorbs maximum sunlight where? Maybe at 450 nanometer. Chlorophyll B also at 480 nanometer. So that you have to remember. Maybe if any question is asked to this, you should have to remember that. And regarding chlorophyll, I have already explained you so many things. That is, you have to remember chlorophyll A, B, carotene and xanthophyll. All these you have to remember the formula also. Formula, I think it is given in NCERT book. And you remember that formula for all chlorophyll A, B, carotene and xanthophyll. Then besides that, remember PS1 and PS2, there are two types of photosystems or pigment system, in which PS1 is having chlorophyll A 700 as the reaction center, and all remaining accessory pigments, they absorb the solar energy of different wavelengths and pass it on to chlorophyll A. While chlorophyll A 700, I should say, and in PS2, chlorophyll A 680 is the essential pigment, main pigment, and then remaining accessory pigments absorb the solar energy of different wavelength of the light and pass it on to chlorophyll A 680. Now, after this, what happens? When this chlorophyll A, maybe 680 or 700, when it gets excited by absorption of solar energy, you know, no molecule can remain at this high energy level state for longer time. So it tries to come back to its ground level. So what will be done? The extra amount of energy which is absorbed by chlorophyll A will be tossed off, will be thrown out in the form of energy-rich electrons. And that is why chlorophyll A will remain in ionized form. Ionized form means when electrons are given out, chlorophyll A will have positive sign. It will be positively charged क्योंकि electrons दिए जाते हैं बाहर. And then these electrons will pass on through different electron acceptors, and maybe the same electron will come back to chlorophyll A if it is cyclic electron transfer, and if it is non-cyclic electron transfer, those electrons will be given to somebody else. We will study that afterward. And then for this entire process, for the movement of electrons from chlorophyll A 700 back again to chlorophyll A 700 in cyclic electron transfer, it requires 10⁻⁻8 seconds only. That means it is a very fast process. So now we will study here in our notes, PS1 and PS2 is given. You can see here PS1, as I have already told you, maximum absorption is at 700 nanometer. So the main pigment is chlorophyll है 700 and PS2 में chlorophyll है 680. उसको underline करो. Then remember what is core complex CC and LHC. उसको भी underline करके रखो. CC and LHC को. Then after that you can see it is given photophosphorylation. You know what is phosphorylation? Formation of ATP from ADP by addition of third phosphate bond. It is called as phosphorylation. And do you know how much energy is present in the third phosphate bond? Anybody from you? Third phosphate bond में कितनी energy रहती है? Suppose the question is asked. Third phosphate bond of ATP contains a dash energy. कितना एनर्जी रहता है पता है आपको? Yes, anybody? हाँ?
नहीं पता है मैम.
नहीं पता है ना तो लिख के ले लो. Third phosphate bond of ATP contains 7.3 kilocalorie energy. 7.3 को अंडरलाइन करो. kilocalorie energy. आगे लिखो ऑन हाइड्रोलिसिस. हाइड्रोलिसिस को अंडरलाइन करो. ऑन हाइड्रोलिसिस this energy is released. And ATP get converted into ADP. ATP get converted into ADP. हो गया लिख के?
Yes मैम.
हाँ, अभी ये देखो ये क्वेश्चन कैसे आएगा. एक बार ऐसे आया था. ATP on dash releases energy. और उन्होंने डिफॉस्फोरिलेशन, फॉस्फोरिलेशन, ऑक्सीडेशन, हाइड्रोलिसिस ये सब वर्ड डाले थे. तो बच्चों को क्या लगा? ATP गेट कन्वर्टेड इनटू ADP, यानी एक फॉस्फेट रिमूव हो गया. तो उन्होंने बहुत सारे बच्चों ने डिफॉस्फोरिलेशन लिखा. बट डिफॉस्फोरिलेशन इज रॉन्ग आंसर. ऑन हाइड्रोलिसिस होता है और बाद में वन फॉस्फेट इज रिमूव. हाँ, वो प्रोसेस डिफॉस्फोरिलेशन की भले हो, लेकिन हाइड्रोलिसिस शुड टेक प्लेस. सो ऑन हाइड्रोलिसिस is important. Clear? So remember that. So now that is phosphorylation. Now there are two types of phosphorylation: cyclic and photophosphorylation and oxidative phosphorylation. During photosynthesis, solar energy is used and ATP is formed. That means the third phosphate bond contains solar energy. Solar energy is converted into chemical form of energy in first step of photosynthesis, that is light reaction, and it is called as photophosphorylation. While during respiration also, that means during oxidation of food material, when cellular respiration takes place, you all know that complex type of food is broken down into simple form and energy is released, and that energy which comes from food material or which comes from oxidation of food material, it is stored in ATP, and that is called as oxidative phosphorylation. So two types of phosphorylation are there: photophosphorylation and oxidative phosphorylation. Photophosphorylation takes place in photosynthesis, while oxidative phosphorylation takes place during respiration. Now cyclic and non-cyclic electron transfer. Cyclic electron transfer में क्या होता है? cyclic electron transfer में whatever electrons are given out from chlorophyll A700, the same electrons come back to chlorophyll A by passing through different electron acceptors. And here only 2 ATPs are formed. During cyclic electron transfer, there is no photolysis of water, oxygen is not evolved, only PS1 is involved. So that is cyclic electron transfer, and it produces only 2 ATP molecules. While in non-cyclic electron transfer, both PS1 and PS2 are involved. And you know, PS2 will give the electrons to PS1. PS1 will give the electrons to NADP. And on photolysis of water, whatever electrons are given out, they will be given back to chlorophyll A680, means to PS2. That means the electrons do not move in cyclic form. So it is called as non-cyclic electron transfer, or it is also called as Z-skin. And in this non-cyclic photophosphorylation is more efficient because in this process, along with ATP, NADPH2 is formed. And NADPH2 acts as reducing agent in the second step in the dark reaction. So who is reducing agent in photosynthesis? Answer is NADPH2. Okay, remember this, NADPH2 acts as reducing agent in the second step dark reaction. क्योंकि हम लोगों को पता है photosynthesis is redox reaction. CO2 get reduced and water get oxidized. ये आपको पता है ना, नहीं तो लिख के ले लो. ये पता है आपको? पता है ना, नहीं तो लिख के ले लो. Photosynthesis is redox reaction in which CO2 get reduced and water get oxidized. CO2 get reduced and water get oxidized. And one more point, photosynthesis is anabolic and endothermic process. Anabolic means, you know, energy stored, energy trapping process. Or anabolic means from simple inorganic substances, complex food material is formed. That is called as anabolic. And what is endothermic? Endothermic का मतलब है heat is stored, heat is absorbed. That is endothermic. So photosynthesis is endogenic, not endothermic, endergonic. Exergonic and endergonic, these are the two words. Endergonic, ENDERGONIC, endergonic process. सी बच्चे बहुत कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं, ऐसे पूछते हैं. देखो ऑप्शन कैसे आएगा, आई विल टेल यू. फोटोसिंथेसिस इज anabolic, endergonic, anabolic, exergonic, catabolic, endergonic, catabolic, exergonic. बच्चे इतने कंफ्यूज होते हैं कि एनाबॉलिक लिखा है, कैटाबॉलिक लिखा है, एक्सर्गोनिक है, एंडरगोनिक है, क्या है ये? तो रिमेंबर, photosynthesis is anabolic and endergonic process, and respiration is catabolic and exergonic. Respiration is catabolic and exergonic. क्योंकि respiration में catabolic क्यों बोला है? Because complex food is broken down into simple form, so catabolic. And exergonic क्यों बोला है? Because heat is evolved out. Now पेज, अगला पेज शायद आपके इसमें मुझे पता नहीं लगता ये अगला पेज है या सेम पेज है, मे बी 321 पेज. साइक्लिक एंड नॉन साइक्लिक इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रांसफर ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन दिया है, वो ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन देख लो, बिकॉज दिस इज डायग्राम बेस्ड क्वेश्चन. मे बी दे विल गिव यू somewhere something is not written, they will write XYZ, and what is XYZ you have to write. Clear? So that type of question, graphical representation, will be asked to you in this diagram based question. Now after this, chemiosmotic hypothesis is given. I will explain you that hypothesis, but take out that diagram. You got that diagram of chemiosmosis? क्योंकि मुझे यहाँ पेज नंबर नहीं समझता है. You got the diagram of chemiosmosis?
Yes, ma'am.
तो देखो हाँ, अभी ये जो डायग्राम है ना, दे हैव शोन वन सर्कल, एक्चुअली वो सर्कल भी नहीं है, and in that it is written lumen of thylakoid. See, lumen of thylakoid. Thylakoid means, you know, grana is made up of coin-like structures, disc-like structure placed one above the other as if it is a heap of coin, and that is called as thylakoid. So thylakoid में क्या होता है वो दिया है. You can see it is written photosystem 1, photosystem 2, cytochrome B and F. It is written there. So thylakoid membrane is written. So now what happens here? In the process of non-cyclic electron transfer, photolysis of water takes place. Water gets split up into H and OH ions, and these hydrogen ions get accumulated inside the lumen of the thylakoid. Lumen का मतलब है cavity. In the cavity of the thylakoid, the hydrogen ions, protons you can say, go on accumulating. Now you know the photosystem 1 will give the electrons to NADP. So it is written NADP giving rise to NADPH. It is written there in our diagram. Okay. Now here the electrons, hydrogen is taken from where? Hydrogen is taken from water, because water gets split up. H and OH ions are formed, and then that hydrogen is taken here. Now what happens? This NADPH2, when it is formed, the enzyme which is required, NADP reductase enzyme, it is present on the outer surface of the thylakoid. It is present on the outer surface of the thylakoid. So NADPH2 is produced on the outer surface. Naturally, the hydrogen ions which are required, they are taken from the stoma region, because ye grana hai, outside is stoma. So from the stoma region, hydrogen ions are taken. So naturally what happens? Hydrogen ions go on decreasing on the outer side of, on the outer surface of the thylakoid, while protons or hydrogen ions go on increasing in the inner side of the thylakoid. क्योंकि I told you photolysis of water take place and hydrogen ions go on accumulating inside the lumen of the thylakoid. तो अभी hydrogen ions अंदर ज्यादा है, बाहर कम है. So you know, by process of diffusion, hydrogen ions will come out, because they move from the region where they are more to the region where they are less. So you can see here proton channel is mentioned, F1, H0, the particle is shown. So that one, through that, protons will come out. And when these protons, the hydrogen ions will come out, what will happen? ADP will get converted into ATP. The enzyme ATP synthetase is present there, and ATP will be formed. Like that, chemioosmosis takes place. You know what is osmosis? Osmosis means when two solutions of different concentration are separated by a semi-permeable membrane, then there is movement of the solvent from the region where it is more to the region where it is less. That means maybe from pure solvent to solution, or maybe from dilute solution to concentrated solution. That means that is osmosis. तो यहाँ पे chemioosmosis, the ions move from where to where? Ions move from the region where they are more to the region where they are less. You can see thylakoid membrane is semi-permeable membrane. Solution तो नहीं है, लेकिन ions, hydrogen ions are more inside the thylakoid. They are less outside the thylakoid. So just like osmosis, the process takes place. The hydrogen ions, they come out of the thylakoid by the process of osmosis only. Semi-permeable membrane is there. So like osmosis, but it is a chemiosmosis. And this chemiosmosis, this particular hypothesis was put forth by Peter Michael, and he got a Nobel Prize for this. And similar thing takes place during respiration also. So chemiosmosis. Question may be asked to you, some question, who put forth this, how this maybe where the protons are more, something like that will be asked to you. Or maybe this diagram based question will be asked. You have to remember PS1 is written where? NADP to NADPH2, where it is formed, there PS1 is there. PS2 is on this side, और बीच में cytochromes है, because cytochrome B and F are electron carriers. So like that it is there. So remember this and remember the diagram, remember the answer. I hope you have followed this hypothesis which is given by Peter Michael. Have you followed this?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It is nicely given in our notes. You can read that. If you are having doubt, you can ask me anytime. Now we will, that means what is the end product? End products of light reaction is ATP and NADPH2. NADH2 नहीं, NADH2 respiration में है. यहाँ पे NADPH2. And these two together we called it as assimilatory power. वो अपने बुक में नहीं लिखा है, वो आप लिख के लिया है शायद कि end products of light reactions are called as assimilatory power. शायद ये आप लोगों ने लिख के लिया है, मुझे लगता है. Now dark reaction. Now dark reaction, it is different names are there for dark reaction. If I am going to explain you Kelvin cycle, then it is Kelvin cycle because Kelvin proved this. It is called as C3 cycle or C3 pathway because the first stable compound is 3-carbon compound. It is called as dark reaction because it does not require light. It is called as light independent process also. It is called as secondary phase. It is called as synthesis phase because synthesis of glucose takes place. It is fixation of CO2 also because CO2 is taken in and it is reduced to glucose. So it is fixation phase also, or we can say it is biochemical process because chemical form of energy, that is ATP, it is converted into biological form of energy. So like that, different names are given to this Kelvin cycle. And you know, Melvin Kelvin, by using the radioactive isotope of hydrogen, he proved this by using simple unicellular algae called as chlorella and synadesmus. Chlorella and synadesmus, ये नाम आप याद रखो, यहाँ पे दिए होंगे notes में, तो वो underline करो. No, it is not given. We will go see that chart is given, flow chart, Kelvin cycle, उसके बाद carboxylation, reduction and regeneration. उसके नीचे देखो, I don't know which page number. You got it?
Yes,
तीन boxes है, carboxylation, reduction and regeneration. उसके नीचे देखो, important. 6 turns of Kelvin cycle are required to 1 molecule of glucose. So 6 turns, इसको underline करो. ये question पूछते हैं. Then उसके नीचे 1 molecule of CO2 is fixed in each turn and hence 6 turns are required. Explanation is given for this. Then below that it is written 3 molecules of ATP and 2 molecules of NADPH2 are needed for every 1 molecule of CO2 entering the Kelvin cycle. So total how many ATPs and how many NADPH2 are required? It is given in the 4th point. Total assimilatory power consumed during Kelvin cycle is 18 ATP and 12 NADPH2. ये आपको याद रखना है. 18 ATP and 12 NADPH2 are required for synthesis of 1 glucose molecule during Kelvin cycle. तो उसको underline करो. 18 ATP and 12 NADPH2. मिल गया point आपको ये? मिल गया ना?
Yes.
हाँ, तो उसको अंडरलाइन करो. ये क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं एंड दिस इज फॉर केल्विन साइकिल. बाद में नीचे देखो, उन्होंने वो ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन दिया है. ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन आपको ये नाम याद रखना है क्योंकि एक डायग्राम बेस्ड क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं इस पे. कार्बोक्सिलेशन, रिडक्शन, नहीं तो कुछ भी यहाँ से कुछ तो लिखेंगे ही नहीं, उसको XYZ PQRS ऐसे कुछ नाम दे देंगे और वो आपको याद करना है. ओके और ये जो केल्विन साइकिल है, यू हैव टू रिमेंबर बाय हार्ट. नो व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट, समथिंग डिफरेंट क्वेश्चन आई विल टेल यू. यहाँ जो रिडक्टेज और ट्राइफॉस्फेट को लिखा है कि नहीं, अभी यहाँ पे देखो, आपको पता है फॉस्फोग्लिसराल्डिहाइड इज फॉर्म और दिस फॉस्फोग्लिसराल्डिहाइड 12 molecules are formed because we start with 6 molecules of RuBP, ribulose biphosphate. ribulose 1,5 biphosphate, it is written there. 6 molecules accept 6 CO2 and means balance करके लिखे है केल्विन साइकिल। तो यहाँ पे हम लोगों को 12 molecules of PgAl are formed। 6 बजे मीन्स वो क्लॉक है ऐसा समझो, तो 6 बजे 12 molecules of PgAl are formed. Out of that, only 2 molecules form glucose and remaining 10 molecules of PgAl are utilized for regeneration of RUBP. ये आपको याद है या नहीं याद है?
हाँ मैम,
याद है? और नहीं होगा ना याद तो अभी टेक्स्ट बुक बाजू में होगा, तो टेक्स्ट बुक में ये लिखा है, देखो मेरे पास अभी टेक्स्ट बुक हाथ में नहीं है, लेकिन आपके हाथ में टेक्स्ट बुक होगा तो मैं वेट करती हूँ, वो निकालो पेज और वहां अंडरलाइन करो, नहीं तो लिख के ले लो, चलेगा मुझे। 1/6 of the PgAl is utilized for synthesis of glucose and 5/6 is utilized for regeneration of RUBP. अभी ये हो गया, ये पता चला आपको?
मैम एक और बार रिपीट करो।
हाँ बोलती हूँ ना, 1/6 of PgAl, PgAl means phosphoglyceraldehyde. 1/6 of the phosphoglyceraldehyde is used for synthesis of glucose. And 5/6 means 5 apart from 6. 5/6 of PgAl is used for a regeneration of RUBP. RUBP means ribulose biphosphate. लिख लिया? ये लिख के हो गया, तो मैं क्वेश्चन बोलने वाली हूँ इसके ऊपर।
मैम
हाँ हो गया ना लिख के क्वेश्चन, ना क्वेश्चन स्टेटमेंट। अभी मैं क्वेश्चन बोलती हूँ, ध्यान से सुनो। One scientist was doing one experiment on photosynthesis. One scientist was doing an experiment on photosynthesis. During the experiment, he got 72 molecules of PgAl. Out of that, how many molecules will be responsible for regeneration of RUBP? 72 molecules फॉर्म हुए हैं RUBP के, तो उसमें से कितने मोलेक्यूल रीजनरेशन के लिए यूज होंगे और कितने मोलेक्यूल सिंथेसिस ऑफ ग्लूकोज के लिए यूज होंगे? आपको पता है, मैंने स्टेटमेंट लिख के दिया है, उसके ऊपर ध्यान दे दो और उसके मुताबिक आंसर बोलो। 60 will be used for regeneration of RUBP. Very good. And 12 will be used for synthesis of glucose. क्योंकि आपको पता है 5/6 will be used for regeneration of RUBP. तो इसको जो 72 दिया है उसको 6 से डिवाइड करो, जो आंसर आएगा वो रीजनरेशन और बाकी जो बचे वो सिंथेसिस ऑफ ग्लूकोज। तो कोई भी नंबर आ सकता है, नॉट नेसेसरी 72, कुछ भी दे देंगे कि जो 6 से डिवाइड होता है, 6 से हम डिवाइड जो कर सकते हैं वो नंबर दे देंगे और आपको ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं। यू कैन डू दैट, ओके, कर सकते हो ना, ये आपको याद रखना है। Now after that, C4 pathway is there. Now C4 pathway you get in which plants? वो नाम आपको याद रखना है। कौन से नाम है उसमें? मेज, शुगर केन, जवार, एट्रिप्लेक्स, सुचिनोपोडियम। अपने नोट्स में तो यहाँ मुझे मेज और सोरगम ही दिखता है। सोरगम मीन जवार, लेकिन उसके सिवा शुगर केन, एट्रीप्लेक्स, ATRIPLEX, एट्रीप्लेक्स, चाहिए तो दूसरे नाम लिख के ले लो, शुगर केन, एट्रीप्लेक्स, ATRIPLEX, एट्रीप्लेक्स, चिनोपोडियम, CHENO, चिनोपोडियम. So these are the plants: maize, sugarcane, jawar, atriplex, chenopodium. These plants show Kranz anatomy. Kranz anatomy का मतलब क्या है आपको पता है? यहाँ पे डायग्राम होगा तो बोलती हूँ मैं, नहीं होगा तो आपको टेक्स्ट बुक में रिफर करना है. हाँ, यहाँ पे नहीं है, टेक्स्ट बुक में है ये डायग्राम. बस you can see in between upper and lower epidermis, whatever cells are there, they are all similar. नहीं तो डाइकॉट प्लांट में कैसे होता है? बिलो द अपर एपिडर्मिस पैलिसेड टिश्यू इज देयर और उसके नीचे स्पॉन्जी टिश्यू है. लेकिन ये जो प्लांट्स है उसमें ऑल सेल्स ऑफ मेसोफिल आर सिमिलर, दे आर आइसोडायमेट्रिक, दे आर स्फेरिकल. टेक्स्ट बुक में डायग्राम में देखो. और वैस्कुलर बंडल इज सराउंडेड बाय लार्ज सेल्स कॉल्ड एज बंडल शीथ सेल्स. बंडल शीथ सेल्स. एंड these plants show dimorphism of chloroplast. Dimorphism of chloroplast means what? Chloroplasts which are present in the mesophyll cells and the chloroplasts which are present in bundle sheath cells, they are different. That is why the word is used, dimorphism of chloroplast. Two types of chloroplast are there. Chloroplasts present in the bundle sheath cells and chloroplasts present in mesophyll cells, they are different. Mesophyll cells में जो chloroplast है, they are with grana. They are with grana and they are smaller in size. While the one which are there inside the bundle sheath cells, they are without grana. They are agranal. They are agranal. So that is the difference between chloroplast, and that is called as Kranz anatomy. That means mesophyll cells are not differentiated into spongy and palisade. All cells are similar. And secondly, dimorphism of chloroplast is observed. That is called as Kranz anatomy. Now here, the C4 pathway which is there, that is dark reaction which is there. In this, the first step which is there, the first step, RUBP will not accept the CO2. But PEP, phosphoenol pyruvic acid, ये जो डायग्राम है ना, ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन वो निकालो. ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन दो सेल्स दिखाए हैं उन्होंने, मेसोफिल सेल एंड बंडल शीथ सेल्स. गॉट इट?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, तो मेसोफिल सेल्स में यहाँ पे phosphoenol pyruvate is written. That phosphoenol pyruvate, that is PEP, will accept the CO2 from the atmosphere in the presence of phosphoenol carboxylates. And first carbon compound will be formed, which will be a C4 compound, that is oxaloacetic acid. Oxaloacetic acid will be formed. And you know this oxaloacetic acid then get converted into malic acid, and that malic acid enters inside the bundle sheath cell. And now when this malic acid, it is also 4-carbon compound, it undergoes decarboxylation. Carbon is given out, which is accepted by RUBP, that means Kelvin cycle takes place inside the bundle sheath cell, and a 3-carbon compound is released, that is PGA, phosphoglyceric acid. And this phosphoglyceric acid then again enters into the mesophyll cell. And then by accepting phosphate from ATP, it gives rise to phosphoenol pyruvate. You know that a process or cycle you can study from the textbook. लेकिन यहाँ पे जो नाम है ना, फिक्सेशन, डिकार्बोक्सिलेशन, ट्रांसपोर्ट, रीजनरेशन, ये नाम याद रखो, क्योंकि ये आपको डायग्राम बेस्ड क्वेश्चन नीट में पूछते हैं. And you have to remember Kelvin cycle takes place in the bundle sheet cells. Then the first acceptor of CO2 is PEPA, phosphoenol pyruvic acid. And first stable compound is 4-carbon compound, that is oxaloacetic acid. ये questions generally पूछते. Again I will repeat कौन से question पूछते. Names of the plant, C4 plant, वो पूछते. Then which is the first CO2 acceptor? You know PEPA. Then next question, which is the first stable compound? You know it is oxaloacetic acid. Then where Kelvin cycle takes place? It is in bundle sheet cells. ये questions generally पूछते हैं इसके ऊपर. So you have to remember this. And secondly, what you have to remember? You have to remember how many ATPs and how many NADPH2 are required here. In this case, 30 ATPs are used. 30 ATPs and NADPH2 का number तो वही है 12. तो ये आपको याद रखना है. For the synthesis of 1 glucose, 30 ATPs are used. ये आप याद रखो. Okay. After that, photorespiration is given. Photorespiration के लिए generally only what they ask you, which cell organelles are involved in this, and that you have to write in sequence. तो वो जो अपने textbook में diagram है, chloroplast, then to mitochondria, then peroxisome, वो जो diagram है ना वो याद रखो. बाकी कुछ भी नहीं. उसके ऊपर और कुछ भी question नहीं पूछते. सिर्फ सेल ऑर्गेनल्स पूछते हैं. एंड यू शुड रिमेंबर देम इन द सीक्वेंस. बाकी कुछ भी क्वेश्चन फोटो रेस्पिरेशन पे पूछते नहीं है. एंड फोटो रेस्पिरेशन टेक्स प्लेस इन C3 cycle, in C3 plants, not in C4 plants. Now after this, laws, factors affecting photosynthesis is given. Internal factors, we are not concerned with that. इंटरनल फैक्टर्स छोड़ दो, वो तो अपने लिए नहीं है. बट एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर्स, अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ सनलाइट, यू नो दैट क्वालिटी एंड इंटेंसिटी, ड्यूरेशन, 3 aspects are there. Quality, you know, the visible spectrum of sunlight, which ranges between 390 nanometer to 700 nanometer. तो इसमें ही सिर्फ फोटोसिंथेसिस होता है. And maximum photosynthesis takes place in red light and minimum takes place in green one. That you have to remember. Then intensity, whenever intensity increases, the rate of photosynthesis also increases. But after certain period, after certain range, chlorophyll molecule undergoes photooxidation. And naturally, as the chlorophyll is destroyed, photosynthesis will not take place. And duration of light, longer duration will favor the photosynthesis. Then temperature is given. Dark reactions are under the control of temperature. But then also up to certain limit, if the temperature goes on increasing, the rate of photosynthesis will go on increasing. But after that, after 40 degrees Celsius, photosynthesis rate will decrease. उन्होंने लिखा है देखो. And optimum temperature, it is given 15 to 25, ऐसे कुछ नंबर जो CBSE में दिया है वो करेक्ट है. करेक्ट है मीन्स वो पकड़ना है हमको. अपने बुक में ने तो नोट्स में जो है वो नहीं पकड़ना है. Which is the optimum temperature for photosynthesis. जो नंबर, जो रेंज NCERT के बुक में दिया है वो आपको याद करना है, वो लिखना है. I think it is 15 to 25 or maybe 25 to 40, I don't remember. जो कुछ लिखा है वो ही याद करो. अपने टेक्स्ट बुक में जो है वो, और नहीं तो ये नोट्स में है वो नहीं याद करना है. क्योंकि पेपर जो निकालते हैं और पेपर के जो आंसर है वो NCERT के बुक के मुताबिक है, तो वो याद रखना है. Okay, so that is about temperature. Then CO2 concentration also. CO2 is also, you can say, a factor. But then again here, CO2 concentration, if it goes on decreasing, in the C3 plants, photosynthesis cannot take place because photorespiration takes place. You know, when in C3 plants, the enzyme responsible for fixation of CO2 is Rubisco. And this Rubisco enzyme, it is having more affinity to oxygen. and less affinity to CO2. ध्यान से सुनो, this is important. In C3 plants, RuBP accept the CO2 and a 6-carbon compound is formed in the presence of enzyme Rubisco. And this Rubisco enzyme is having more affinity to oxygen and less affinity to CO2. So when CO2 concentration is less in the atmosphere, it will help RuBP to combine with oxygen and not with CO2. And that is why photorespiration will take place. Remember that why photorespiration takes place in C3 plant. क्यों? तो रूबिस्को एंजाइम को किससे एफिनिटी है? ऑक्सीजन से ज्यादा एफिनिटी है. तो CO2 concentration कम हो गया तो it will help ribulose biphosphate to combine with oxygen and not with CO2. तो photorespiration होगा. Photorespiration it is also called as C2 pathway. देखो C3 pathway हमारे पास है, C4 भी है, तो ये C2 pathway है. Photorespiration is called as C2 pathway. And then photorespiration will take place. And important question, Rubisco is the most abundant enzyme on the earth. Remember this. I think it is given in our textbook. Rubisco is the most abundant enzyme on the earth. नहीं दिया होगा तो लिख के ले लो. Rubisco is most abundant enzyme on the earth. लिख के लिया?
Yes, ma'am.
Then I will ask you one question. You give me answer. नहीं तो मैं बोलूंगी. Now मैं question पूछती हूँ. Out of the following, from which or which plants will do maximum photosynthesis on the earth? Out of the following, which one will do maximum photosynthesis on the earth? Options बोल देती हूँ. Tropical evergreen forest. Evergreen forest याद रखो. Coniferous forest. Phytoplanktons. क्या क्या बोल दिया है? Evergreen forest. Second one, coniferous forest. Third one, phytoplanktons. And third one is grassland. कौन सबसे ज्यादा फोटोसिंथेसिस करता है on the earth? ऑप्शन याद आ गया ना? एवरग्रीन फॉरेस्ट, कोनीफेरस फॉरेस्ट, फाइटोप्लैंक्टॉन्स. फाइटोप्लैंक्टॉन मीन्स अल्गी. एंड चौथा ग्रासलैंड. किसमें सबसे ज्यादा फोटोसिंथेसिस होता है? 90% ऑफ द फोटोसिंथेसिस इज कैरिड बाय देम. कौन? आंसर क्या? और नहीं पता होगा तो मैं आंसर बोलूंगी.
Algae.
Yes, very good. Algae और phytoplanktons. जिनको पता नहीं है वो लिख के ले लो. Phytoplanktons यानी कि algae carries on 90% of the photosynthesis on the earth. ये क्वेश्चन भी पूछा था कभी एक दो बार. Phytoplanktons carry on 90% of the photosynthesis on the earth. So we have studied 4 factors are there. That is light, temperature, CO2 concentration, and last one is water. Water is not that much important, but water is raw material for the process of photosynthesis. And then law of limiting factor is put forth by Blackman. What is that law of limiting factor? That law states that when a physiological function is controlled by more than 2 factors, it will be controlled by any one factor which is at minimal value. समझो 3 और 4 फैक्टर है एक प्रोसेस को कंट्रोल करने वाले, तो एट अ टाइम ओनली वन फैक्टर विल कंट्रोल द रेट. और कौन सा फैक्टर विल कंट्रोल द रेट? द वन विच इज एट मिनिमम वैल्यू. यानी कि अभी समझो टेम्परेचर, CO2 कॉन्सेंट्रेशन एंड लाइट, दीज 3 आर फैक्टर्स. वाटर छोड़ दो. तो अभी समझो टाइम बीइंग, टेम्परेचर इज, टाइम बीइंग में समझो अभी अभी टेम्परेचर इज द कंट्रोलिंग फैक्टर. टेम्परेचर कम है इसलिए फोटोसिंथेसिस कम है. तो टेम्परेचर विल गो ऑन इंक्रीजिंग up to certain limit. The rate of photosynthesis will go on increasing, and after that some another factor will be limiting factor, maybe CO2 concentration or light. So like that, every time only one factor controls the rate. And which factor controls the rate? The one which is at minimal value, which is minimum, and this is given by Blackman. हो गया चैप्टर, चैप्टर खत्म हो गया है ना? कुछ बचा है चैप्टर से? कुछ बचा है नहीं ना? CAM is given. Crassulacean acid metabolism is not mentioned here, but crassulacean acid metabolism, it is similar to C4 pathway. Means pathway to same है. Only thing here, instead of bundle sheath cells and mesophyll cells, वहां पे night and day है. Because you know in family Crassulaceae, यानी desert plant, यानी कि क्या बोलूं मैं, opuntia like plants, cactus plants, in them this stomata are closed during daytime because temperature is very high, intensity is more. So to reduce the rate of transpiration, stomata are closed during daytime. So during night time the stomata open. So during night time you will say that the CO2 is taken in and the process take place. So like that, CAM is there just like C4 pathway. So that is about photosynthesis. I think everything I have mentioned. Anything is remaining? I don't think anything is remaining.
No, ma'am.
समझ गए? अभी देखो 5 मिनट देती हूँ मैं. Just go through that chapter. If you are having any doubt, you can ask me. मैं भी in the meantime मेरा CBSE का बुक लेके आती हूँ. कुछ और होगा तो मैं बोल देती हूँ. हाँ, बिकॉज मैंने अभी तो लैपटॉप अपने मॉड्यूल से एक्सप्लेन किया है, बुक से, नोट से. लेकिन अभी मैं NCERT का बुक लाती हूँ. और तब तक आप देखो कुछ नहीं समझाए तो पूछो. NCERT के मेरे बुक में भी इन द बिगिनिंग सब साइंटिस्ट के नाम दिए हैं. बाद में क्लोरोप्लास्ट का डायग्राम है. बाद में इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रांसफर. ये जो डायग्राम्स है ना, ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन, वो NCERT से ध्यान में रखो. हाँ, वो ही आते हैं क्योंकि अपने वाले नहीं आते. इवन केमियो ऑस्मोटिक सब कुछ NCERT के बुक में से ही आता है. आपके पास NCERT है ना? यस, NCERT का बुक है.
हाँ मैम है.
तो ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन भी NCERT से ही आता है. हाँ देखो, क्योंकि ये भी देखो डार्क रिएक्शन भी NCERT से, उन्होंने जो बॉक्सेस करके उसमें नाम डाले हैं ना, वही पूछते हैं. वैसे अपने नोट्स में भी वही है तो भी. और NCERT में क्रेजुलेशियन एसिड मेटाबॉलिज्म है ही नहीं. नहीं है, अपने इसमें है. तो बस हो गया चैप्टर. क्या क्या याद रखना है पता चला ना? अभी क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करो और जो नहीं आएगा वो मुझे पूछो. और मैं क्या बोल रही, अभी कल क्या करेंगे? रेस्पिरेशन.
हाँ मैम.
हाँ
हाँ मैम. हाँ.
तो पहले रिवाइज करूँ ना कल पहले? रेस्पिरेशन चैप्टर रिवाइज करूँ ना कल?
Yes, ma'am.
तो ऐसे ही ढंग से मॉड्यूल से एक्सप्लेन करूंगी, और थोड़ा जो मॉड्यूल में नहीं होगा वो मैं अपने टेक्स्ट बुक नहीं तो सीबीएसई से अंडरलाइन करने को बोलती हूँ। और आप इन द मीन टाइम अपना